Good evening, and thank you for coming to our third evening of our 6th annual Local Playwrights Staged Reading Series. We have 2 one-acts tonight. The one that we are going to read now is Checkerboard Chicks, and this was written by Allison Fradkin, and if you were here last night, you heard her other play, Herd Mentality, and our cast is...
I'm Joy Braswell, I'm the narrator. I'm Camille Dowell, and I'll be reading for Patina.
I'm Corrie Cox, and I'll be reading for Dina.
And without further ado, Checkerboard Chicks.
Checkerboard Chicks by Allison Fradkin. Checkerboard Chicks. Where there is one, there is the other. Oh, but don't worry, they'll go no further. Dina and Patina by Barbara Lynn, 1962. Characters, Patina and Dina. Setting, Dina and Patrina's bedroom with separate twin beds, a largely liberal locale. Time, 1965, 1 year after the passage of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which required the termination of segregation. At Rise, Dina and Patina are in their bedroom, surrounded by sheet music and record albums.
How can I put this in words you'll understand? No can do Ron.
You know me so well. Can't you be flexible? Like the pelvis of Elvis? The last time he was on, they shot him from the waist up to avoid controversy. All they have to do is shoot us from the waist down.
That's one way to be black and white and red all over.
Stop in the name of fame, you supreme pessimist, you. All they have to do is film us from the waist down wearing opera gloves and pants, or at least opaque stockings.
Please, preemptive prejudice preventers aside, this group will not be making an appearance on the Ed Sullivan Show. We may not even make it on the cover of our first album. They'll probably represent us with a saddle shoe, or a zebra, or the floor of a diner.
Just because we don't have a checkered past doesn't mean we can't have a checkered future.
Singing to a Motown-style tune she's made up.
When you mix black and white, you get integration. Checkerboard Chicks are the new sensation.
Speaking.
Come on, lay some lyrics on me.
All right. But if you think you're gonna get me to sing a different tune, think again.
Singing the same tune.
If shoelaces can be pink and suede shoes blue, everyone should matter, no matter their hue.
Singing the same tune.
So use your gray matter, practice loving kindness, maybe even take on color blindness.
Take on, as in adopt, or take on as in challenge?
Oh, I guess that's for the listener to decide.
But how did you mean it?
Well, I guess it's like telling one set of girls they should be seen and not heard, and another set of girls they should be heard and not seen. So we should take down color blindness.
Now that's happening. Actually, that's not happening. This sheet music is black and white, and even after I've read it all over, I don't see those lyrics anywhere on here.
Neither do I, but they sound so much better than what's written, don't they?
Singing an entirely different tune.
He's the man who tunes my piano. He keys me up. He pumps my pedals.
Speaking.
He.
Hey now, our first single is no laughing matter. Tomorrow morning, the Skin Tones will be recording the slickest 45 in 65. Lord, that name, please tell me I am not the only member of this group who doesn't dig it. Unless it's to bury it.
It could be worse. We could have been the dial tones. We could have been the tone it downs. We could have been the monotones.
We could also have been the monochromatics. So, as skeptical as I am about how well we'll be received, I do think that being part of America's first blended girl group is something to sing about.
Exactly. We're going to change the world. From now on, people won't be holding out their hands saying, "Give me some skin," and expecting a high five. They'll be holding out their hand and saying, "Give me some skin tones," and expecting a hi-fi record with our name on it. They don't call piano keys black and whites for nothing. We just belong together, like grape jelly and meatballs, cooties and boys.
Ladies and gents.
Right. Will be so much more palatable to the public if we stick to universal topics. If we sing about stuff that's strange, or if we use colorful language in our songs, I seriously doubt it would tickle the ivories.
Yeah, pretty sure the ebonies would be similarly scandalized.
I mean, can you imagine if the chiffon sang "He's so finite"?
Or the jelly bean saying, "I want to leave him so bad."
Or Leslie Gore saying "Johnny's turn to cry"?
Now that'd be a foolish thing. If Leslie Gore warbled about warring with a guy over a girl, there would be no sunshine, lollipops, or rainbows for her. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if there was some sort of rider in place. Legal, not freedom.
Yeah, she would definitely not have the freedom to sing about that. As if she would even want to. If she were one of us, a member of our group, we could all harmonize about guys.
It is kind of unfair and square, though, don't you think? I mean, the crystals can croon, he hit me and it felt like a kiss. Jimmy Soul can sing, "If you want to be happy for the rest of your life, get an ugly girl to marry you."
Right? The angels can trill, "You can't take my boyfriend's Woody." That's clearly about a car, but also clearly not about a car. And Florence Ballard can sing about how her boyfriend gets one of those Woodies at the mere thought of eating buttered popcorn, which is obviously an euphemism for an off-colored adult activity.
It is a good thing euphemism isn't a form of discrimination yet.
That must be why nobody bats an eye, except for the one he hit. Thank goodness people called for radio silence about that. But just think about how swift injustice would be if we released a song about
Desegregation.
would raise so many eyebrows.
So high they'd make a font look like a buzz cut. Folks wouldn't know what to hate about us more.
There's an outburst of silence.
Do you remember the day we met at the record shop in 61?
Our sleeves touched. Then our hands touched as we both reached for the sleeve of the new single, "I Love How You Love Me."
I heard it on the radio and thought, this song is completely he-free. Now that's for me.
Can't let a song like that wither on the vinyl.
Sure can't. And now, we'll always have the Paris sisters.
Another silence, quieter this time.
Forget Ed Sullivan. We've got a better chance of booking "I've Got a Secret."
I think it's best if we have no skin tones in the game.
Absolutely. Besides, a musician never reveals her secrets.
Of course not. That would leave a bad taste in your mouth.
Oh, no. I took a swig of tolerance earlier, and it made it easier to swallow. It's like a spoonful of sugar, only more tolerable. Anyway, I don't really have any confidential information to divulge in the first place. It's not like I'm harboring some sort of secret love, like Calamity Jane in that song Doris Day. Sorry. Sounded like you were stressing that syllable when you said desegregation.
Maybe I was.
Oh, well then about those secrets I don't have.
Maybe I know.
Another Leslie Gore song. What was the album that was from?
I don't remember. We have Girl Talk and Mixed Up Hearts.
But not Boys, Boys, Boys?
That record didn't skip. We skipped that record.
Because our hearts are mixed up?
Maybe.
Maybe the only thing that's swirling around here is our thoughts.
Holding up a record album.
I don't know about you, but my head is spinning like one of these.
Yeah, it's definitely a head scratcher. One might even say it's a record scratcher.
Like, whoa, huh? No, get out of here with that intolerable notion. Except there's no escape. According to Martha and the Vandellas, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
You don't have to hide from me. Or run from me.
Well, it's not like I can run to you or hide with you. Or
Okay, stop in the name of...
shame, fear, our career, which I am supremely concerned about. It's bad enough that our manager and the other girls know we're roommates. Can you imagine what would happen if they even thought we were in a integrated relationship with each other?
It'd be like if Eartha Kitt dated Julie Andrews.
A combination more twisted than a treble clef. They drop us like water balloons off a balcony. Or worse, punch us out like the fashions in a book of paper dolls.
Oh, don't worry. We'll go no further. Who do we think we are? The lesbian lovings?
Exactly. Mildred and Richard Loving aren't even allowed to get married because they're black and white.
So why should we be allowed to be anything other than the dearest of friends? Besides, eventually some guy will come along and come between us like the vamp of a saddle shoe. Except he won't be the black part that separates the white parts. The two of you will blend into a pair of Caucasian canvas keds.
First of all, I would never engage in something so uncivilized as a white fight. Second of all, if we were to get closer than a checker on a square, that doesn't mean I want to be kinged. It means I want to be queened for more than a day.
So maybe your heart isn't mixed up.
No, it isn't. Is yours?
Mine's more matched up with yours.
They reach for each other's hands, interlocking their fingers.
Look at us, lacing up our saddle shoes, except ours are white in the front and black in the back. On second thought, let's switch places. We're talking Buster Browns, not Bible Belt buses.
But what color is the vamp?
Gray. You know, gray is one of those colors that's muted, which is what we'll have to be.
Well, Betty Everett has the Shoop Shoop song. It's in his Kiss. And we could make our own version, the Shh Shh song. It's in her Kiss.
Nicely customized. And even though what's parenthesized can't be vocalized, I'm wondering whether it can at least be authorized. Maybe even crystallized?
Of course it can. We stick together through all kinds of weather.
Right on. When there is one, there's the other.
And don't worry, we'll go much further. Who do we think we are? The loving lesbians?
Lord, that name. I dig it, with no desire to bury it. In fact, I'd much rather carry it, like a tune. Hey, what song do you think this lesbian is loving for?
I think it's a three-way tie between She's So Fine, I Want to Love Her So Bad, and No One's Turn to Cry. Wait, which one of us were you referring to? Because...
Patina kisses Dina, who is jazzed to reciprocate, and sighs sentimentally when they separate.
I feel like a lemon chiffon cake.
Ultralight?
Yeah, actually, in a dreamy, walking on air sense. How are you so exquisitely composed?
I feel seen and heard. Plus, she kissed me, and it felt like a hit song. So, for the record, but alas, not for the record, this one's just for us.
Singing to the original tune they created at the top of the play, although this time at the speed of a ballad as they dance together.
The approach we take to kissing sure ain't black and white. Our future may be checkered,
Singing the same tune.
but it sure is right.
Curtain.
Thank you very much. Our playwright, Allison, is not here this evening, but if you have any questions or comments for our cast or anything you would like to say, I'm happy to open it up for that. Or no?
They were wonderful readers, and I loved all the animation, their faces, even the narrator. It was joyful to watch.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, ladies, so much. I appreciate it. And now we have another one act by our own Katherine Bortner, and this is called T.M.I, and it is 3 vignettes on T.M.I. And our cast.
I'm Allison Baker, and I'll be reading stage directions.
I'm Atticus Stoughton. I'll be reading 1 and B.
I'm Jim Lowdermilk, and I will be playing the characters of 2C, and this is my favorite, X.
And I'm David Lewis. I'll be reading the characters of A and Z.
Wonderful, thank you, and enjoy T.M.I.
T.M.I, a trilogy of oversharing by Katherine Bortner. That's the Dangerous Part by Katherine Bortner. 2 people are standing side by side doing community service on a highway trash pickup wearing orange reflecting vests. They continue to pick up trash with their sticks or grabbers and put the trash in their bags while they talk.
Truth? Okay, I'll answer. The most dangerous thing I've ever done was hang a little kid up by his feet on the swing set while I was babysitting.
A little kid? For how long?
Pretty long. He passed out.
Oh my God. What kind of person are you?
It was funny.
I don't want to know this.
Fine. Oh, come on, he lived. He was fine.
Did he tell on you?
Well, that's the dangerous part. I told him Santa Claus would never bring him anything ever again if he told. It scared him out of his mind.
So you got away with it?
For a long time, but then I just had to do it again. This time it was this little girl, and she was the daughter of our cleaning lady. I was babysitting her too, and I thought, what the hell? She was harder to string up and harder to persuade to keep her mouth shut.
When did she tell?
She didn't. That's the dangerous part. I had to threaten her with messing up the house and blaming it on her. Apparently her mom is a huge clean freak, and that did the trick.
You're killing me. Well, this is twisted. You're a maniac.
Oh, I did it for years. There was this one dyslexic kid who begged me how to show him how to hang upside down before he'd even let me tie his feet. I told him it was like standing up, but in reverse. That worked.
You're joking.
Wish I was.
Well, so far this one sounds really tainted.
You think, but no. The kid weighed about 200 pounds, and it was an old swing set, and I wasn't sure if it would hold him. Well, that's the dangerous part. I had to get up there and to tie him down, but when the thing started shaking, I barely got out of the way before the thing collapsed on him.
Was he okay?
Oh, sure. I had to tell the ER doc that he fell off the swing head first, but I got away with it.
Okay. Now I gotta know. What did you threaten him with?
Well, that was the dangerous part. I wasn't sure using his dyslexia to my advantage was going to work again.
Oh, man. Was he slow, too?
Well, that would have made it easier, but no. He was smart as hell, and that was what made it so dangerous. I'd use my intellect to my advantage. I told him that every time he asked for desserts, he would get stressed, and every time that he asked for a straw, he would get warts, and every time that he saw a star, he would find rats in his pantry. It worked like a charm.
Wait, what?
Get it? You know, dessert spelled backwards is stress, straw, warts.
Oh, you evil genius. Star backwards spells rats. And he bought it?
Like his life depended on it.
So all these kids never told on you, never had any lasting physical after effects, and you kept doing it. I can't believe you never got caught.
Well, that was the dangerous part.
How?
I had to keep figuring out how to keep the kid quiet, and that really took some of the danger out of the fun.
So what happened?
Well, I decided to branch out. Older people, strangers.
Did that work?
Yeah, but the danger just wasn't there. I wanted people to get me to beg me to do it to them, without having to think an appropriate bribe.
Well, how did you do that?
I've really said too much. The dangerous part is usually the secrecy.
Come on, you can't stop now. Who else did you flip? What did you threaten them with? Did they always pass out? Did everyone always agree to it?
I really can't tell you anymore. The danger is the experience, and you just won't understand it. You weren't there.
You jerk. All I want to know is the end of your story. Now, why won't you tell me?
Come on, let's get back to the game. Do you want truth or dare?
Ah, screw the game. I want to know how your thing ends. You can't just tell me this crap and then clam up. Why can't you just tell me what happened next? When did you get caught? You said, not for a long time. Well, that means someone caught you at some point.
Well, I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
Besides, I said the danger was in the secrecy. Those kids are special to me. No one else will ever understand like they do.
I'm pretty smart. Explain it to me. I gotta know about all the dangerous parts.
Okay. Truth or dare?
Shit. Fine. Dare.
Do you have a swing set?
Twice in a Lifetime by Katherine Bortner. Two people wearing orange reflecting vests are sitting under a shade tree taking a break from their community service. They drink Cokes out of bottles through straws.
No, it wasn't stupid. It was smart. If you do it right, it's the greatest thing ever.
Why did everyone think I was an idiot?
Maybe you didn't do it right.
Maybe you're an asshole.
You trying to be funny?
What's wrong? Hitting too close to home?
Calm down. I just thought that maybe you didn't do it right. It's kind of a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Most people can't do it.
No, I did it right. I actually thought I was the only one who could do it. I've been doing it since I was a little kid. People always told me I was taking my life in my hands, but I knew I had a talent that set me apart from the crowd. Where'd you get the idea to try it?
I read about it in a Ripley's Believe It or Not. Someone from the circus in the 1930s who died trying to do it. Got stuck, then disappeared, it said. So I thought, what the hell? I want to try it. What about you?
Some kid dared me to do it on the playground, so I did it. I knew I was flexible enough, but I didn't know I could do the jump at the end.
I thought I was the only one.
Me too. Do you think there's something wrong with us, that we've both done it and lived to tell about it?
My pastor always said I was born too late for the freak shows.
My pastor always said I lived in the devil's pocket.
That's rough.
He said only an idiot would want to do it, and only the devil would tell people he could. He said there was a special place in hell for people like me.
Special place, huh? Really rough.
I learned to live with it. Hey, do your ears hurt afterwards?
Oh, yeah. The trick is you gotta stretch really good before you tuck your feet behind them.
Well, that's fair. The only part I don't like is the dark.
Just close your eyes. You won't know the difference. Do people still dare you?
Every day. I pissed this guy off at work the other day, and he yelled, "Why don't you just stick your head up your..."
Oh, I know that one. Usually another guy will yell and jump. They seem to think it's weird when I reach down and show them how it's done. They ask, right?
Yup. And that's when they start calling it stupid and me an idiot. Do you think they're really hoping that we will disappear? I mean, talk about assholes. What kind of person hopes someone will disappear when doing something so amazing? And where does...
Gone, but that's not us. We're good at it. They don't understand. When I thought I was the only one who could do it, I was pretty sure they were just envious. That explains why they kept encouraging me to do it. And neither of us has ever disappeared. We didn't even get stuck.
Get back to work!
Mind your own business. We're talking about something important here. It's over your head.
Oh, that's what you always say.
You wouldn't understand.
Why don't you stick your head up your butt and jump?
See? People are always asking to see it. Shall we?
Well, they did ask nicely.
Both stretch a bit at first, then bend over as if to put their head up their ass around.
Where'd they go? Anybody see any of them bozos? See where they went? All right, you two. If you don't report back to the job in 3 minutes, I'm not covering for you again. You could just go straight to hell for all I care.
Exit. From nowhere, we hear,
Man, it is really hot in here. Hey, look at that guy. I think he's actually wrapping his head around something. And that one's carrying a huge chip on his shoulder. Man, it looks like it hurts.
What an idiot. Look at that one. He detached his limbs and has given them to that lady for a hot pretzel. Do you think he's actually paying for it with his arm and his leg?
She's crying a river. And look at that one. It looks like he's trying to bite that girl's head off. Something's weird here. Everyone has an unusual talent just like us. This place is special. Where are we?
Hell if I know.
Where the Bodies Are Buried by Katherine Bortner. Two people walking stop to catch their breath. Z carries a shovel. X carries a plastic bag that has some weight to it. They too are dressed in community service orange reflecting vests, but are nowhere near the site of the two other scenes. They are in a remote wooded location.
Are we gonna bury something here? Hey, dude, is that poison ivy?
You are a great friend, you know that? I mean it. Not every friend would do this, especially not for someone they just met. You really are one in a million.
Oh, well, thanks, but what are we doing here?
Scratching wrist.
They're gonna miss us back at the line.
You won't believe how much I appreciate your loyalty.
Did you ask the supervisor if we could walk away?
Not everyone would do this for someone they just met. I really appreciate this, man.
And dude, I am really bad at digging if that's what you have in mind.
Scratches their chest.
Loyalty is everything to me. So here's the long and short of it, man. I was betrayed. I never saw it coming. I was blindsided.
Oh, I swear I get myself into the stupidest situations.
Sets bag on the ground and pulls down shirt to scratch a spot on their neck.
Oh, crap. I think I have poison ivy. Does it really act that fast?
You go through life thinking you have control, thinking you're untouchable, thinking you are the master of what happens to you.
This is a bad idea, dude. Can't we just go back now?
But then it all comes tumbling down.
Pulls off vest to get a better look at their arms.
Ah, crap. It's crawling up my arm. You got any poison ivy stuff? This is going to be bad.
Then you just gotta take action. You can't stand there and believe that you deserve that shit.
Nobody deserves this.
You did nothing to deserve it, and then everything explodes all over you. It's the worst, man.
Oh, you really think so?
Starts to take off shirt to see if it is spread all over.
Ah, dude.
So I had to take action. I became a cleaner, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Oh, I can't believe this is happening.
I had to put an end to it, you know. You gotta nip it in the bud before it becomes an everyday event. Disloyalty deserves decisive action. Violent payback is the only way to make sure this shit never surfaces again.
My God, it's everywhere.
Unbuckles pants and takes them off. Is now only wearing underwear. The itching is now on legs.
What are we going to do about it?
So we're gonna dig a 6-foot hole and bury this traitor where no one will ever be the wiser.
Starts to dig.
Whatever you think, dude, but I think we're going to need help here. What should I do? Should we get some help?
No, just you and me. You're a true friend to do this with me. Mud. Just mud. Bury it and put mud on it. That'll work.
Sits on the ground and begins to pile mud on their legs and rubs mud all over their naked body.
This is just wrong.
You're the best, man. All I had to do was ask, and here you are. You know what they say the mark of a true friend is? One who will help you bury the...
I know. One who will help you bury the bodies of your enemies. But dude, I didn't sign up for this.
The bodies? Who do you think I am? What do you think we're doing here?
Looks up and sees the state that X is in with mud all over their body.
So you killed someone who betrayed you. I get that. Dude, I know how that feels. But I don't really know you, and I don't want to betray you too, but...
What the hell are you talking about? Look at you. Oh man, did it happen to you too?
But I don't think I can help you bury the head of somebody you murdered and dismembered just because they betrayed you. It's wrong, dude.
Grabs the bag and opens it, surprised.
That's just my underwear, man. I'm burying it because it's full of shit. Poop, man. I pooped my pants.
But the betrayal, this was all about a betrayal.
Look at you, man. What's all over you? Were you betrayed too? Oh man, that's the worst. We better dig a bigger hole.
You said you valued my loyalty. You said we had to clean things up. You said we didn't deserve that shit.
Looking in the bag again.
Where's the severed head? I don't understand why we're here. I thought we were burying the body of some dude. Where's the guy that betrayed you?
Guy? I didn't kill nobody. What kind of person do you think I am? And it ain't a who, it's a what. You just can't trust him.
Okay, asshole. What betrayed you?
Exactly. Same as you, man. A fart. You can never trust a fart.
End of play.
And we do have our playwright in the house, Katherine Bortner. Hello. Would you like to come to the stage and talk a little bit about this, some insight into T.M.I? Yes.
It was really cool hearing it out loud.
Yes. They're very funny. Happy Bortner, everybody. So tell us a little bit about what was the,
Where it came from?
yes, where it came from.
Well, anyone who knows me knows that I am pretty much a T.M.I. kind of girl. I don't know why I can't keep my mouth shut, but I can't. But what I've discovered is that when you're a T.M.I. person, it attracts lots of other T.M.I. people. And I keep hearing things I just don't want to hear. And I kind of, funnily enough, the first one, I had Atticus as one of my students. I had his sort of voice in my head, and it was him. I love the fact that he read that part, because when I wrote it, it was in Atticus's sort of sarcastic, yeah, let me see if I can take you down this trip with me kind of way. And then it just kind of just came out of nowhere, of the things that you hear from people that you don't want to hear, or the things that you tell people that you probably should keep to yourself. And I like the idea of it being in a situation where they're all doing community service, so it is a bunch of strangers who don't really know each other, and yet they decide to share information.
I have a question about the second one, and just like where once you put your head up your ass and you disappear, you end up in this like parallel universe where all of these statements that we use to describe things
Right.
are actual literal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
I don't know. I've heard that expression my whole life. Why don't you just stick your head up your ass and jump? And I've always thought that was so funny, because where do you go? But it doesn't stop me from thinking it. I don't know. I think, if you could actually do that, you'd go to hell. And so that's kind of where they were, just in hell, where everything is just too weird. I don't know. I really don't know.
No, I thought it was very clever.
That one actually is the one that I rewrote a couple of times, because I couldn't figure out the right euphemisms that would get people to understand that this was a place where people who communicate in, trite ways end up there. Or say stupid things like stick your head up your butt and jump. It's the dumbest thing in the world to say to somebody. But am I the only one who's heard it? Have you all heard this? I can translate it into French for you if you want.
I've heard stick your head up your ass, or he's got his head in his ass, but I've never heard the jump.
The jump part.
Yes. But all the other ones, yes, like
Yeah.
biting her head off and costing an arm and a leg and, yes.
Yeah, crying a river.
Crying, yes.
Yeah, there's just, I don't know, silly things people say to each other that, you know, and I think when you're talking to a stranger, you sometimes say more odd things that you hadn't even practiced ever saying before, and so they're awkward. That's where it was.
Any comments or questions from our audience?
Oh, that Max did a great job.
Yeah, they were.
One bizarre.
I do. I know. I have a really twisted little brain. I do. The thing is, you know, it's funny. I was thinking about you last night when you were talking about writing, and I write a lot. I don't finish a lot, and my concern is that I get into a story and I'm not sure where it's going, and then I get sucked into overly sentimental or something that's not gelling. So I have trouble. I have lots of plays that aren't finished, and I sat down. It was at the very end of last school year, and I just sat down and I wrote the first one. And honestly, I was trying to write something about child abuse, and it just got. I did, but not in the way that I wanted to write something, and I could not give myself permission to go there. I just couldn't do it. So it got funny, or at least I thought it was funny. And the other two just came along. Actually, one of my favorite one is the third one, that you can never trust a fart. It's one of my favorite expressions. That, you know, you can never trust a fart, and also that the idea that a true friend is one who will bury your underwear after a fart betrays you. I think that's more important than the guys to help you bury the head, you know, or bury the body. I really will never need that service, but I very well may need the other. T.M.I.
No, because that one, just fart, and you know, I'm the mother of 3 sons, and so fart and poop jokes and butt jokes and, you know, dick jokes. I mean, that's just been my life for the last 30 some odd years with having 3 sons, and so that one just cracks me up. And then plus, I don't know why it is, it just seems to be, there's a lot of memes, or at least, I don't know what we're looking at, that they always come up in my feed and my different, and it's all like fart jokes or these like, you can't trust a fart memes. Constantly, it's like some guy's face and it's like, when you thought it was just,
When you thought you were safe, yeah.
Because, you know, people act like you're not supposed to talk about stuff like that. And at the same time, we all do it. You know, it's such a fact of life. What?
Are we streaming?
Yes. Why not?
Yeah.
Not everything can be Shakespeare.
No. And I like the highbrow stuff. In fact, the other play that I actually finished was the one that we read last year, the Stars. And there's a lot of heart in that, you know. I just didn't. I tried to do that. I truly tried to write something about child abuse, and I couldn't give myself permission to say the things or to even put them in the right words that weren't sounding either manipulative or unauthentic, or I just couldn't find it. And this is what I found instead, is somebody doing something absolutely horrible and finding funny in it. You know, it was funny. He didn't die. You know, everybody lived.
That was the dangerous part.
That was the dangerous part.
Awesome.
Okay.
Any more comments?
Thank you all for laughing at it. I didn't know if it was funny or not. I really didn't know.
Thank you so much for coming out, everybody who's come out to our 3 nights, and it has streamed on YouTube, and they live on YouTube now on our YouTube channel, the theater at the Imperial Center. So if you missed last night or the night before when we did the Budo Project, they are up on our YouTube channel. And please let your family and friends know that we have a Midsummer Night Stream opening October 10th, and it runs the 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th, right here at the Theater at the Imperial Center.
Is it that too?
As are you,
As
and one
are
next to you.
And Atticus is
Atticus.
in it, and Corrie is in it.
Yep.
So we have a great cast, and it's coming together really, really well, very quickly, so we're excited about that. And I think tickets are the English teachers are coming out of the wall emailing me, so it's gonna be full houses, so get your tickets soon. Yes.
Cool.
What? Yeah, tickets are available now, and so I would get them, because like I already sold half the house for the Sunday matinee, so.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you all. Thank you. Happy Saturday. Have a safe